Hello everyone and welcome back guys to round 4 of the F1 2019 Charles Leclerc's Ferrari Road to Glory career mode, and a massive apology from me going into this one. As you guys may have seen by the community post I made yesterday, I have had so many issues trying to edit this video, it's not even funny. I kid you not, I think I've commentated this a good 7 times now overall, so it's been a very frustrating couple of days, but hopefully, obviously, well, I mean, if you guys are watching this, then clearly I've finally been able to sort it. Overall, they're ready for round 4 of the season. I think it was to do with the qualifying footage. I mean, for this one, sadly, I've had to take it out because, well, the file, yeah, I think it was being very strange. Wasn't allowing the video to sort of render properly or anything like that. So, yeah, huge apology from me that we have no qualifying comparison here in Azerbaijan. But hopefully, you know, that doesn't take too much away from the video overall as well. But we're here for round 4 then, here in Azerbaijan. 20 corners, a 3.7-mile circuit. Overall, hopefully we can be in for an exciting race, just like we've seen in 2017 and 2018 as well. Obviously, if you guys are new around here, make sure you get yourself subscribed as well for more Formula 1 content on the channel. We're trying to hit 10k subs at the moment, and we are now into the final 100 as well. So yeah, hopefully you guys can ever get one step closer to that. But there we are then, having a look then down on the grid running through the whole order. It will be Sebastian Vettel back-to-back pole positions here in the Azerbaijan Grand Prix. A fantastic job to just sneak into the 138s there ahead of myself. Ferrari's first 1-2 on the grid of the season there, but Hamilton and Bottas would be right behind us on the second row there. Sergio Perez, fantastic job up in P5 ahead of Verstappen, Magnussen, Gasly, Raikkonen and Stroll rounds out the top 10 there. Hulkenberg, Sainz, Grosjean, Giovinazzi, Daniel Ricciardo, George Russell, Lando Norris, Alexander Albon with Danny Kvyat and Robert Kubica rounds out the order, ready for round 4 of the year. But yeah, I think we're ready then. Let's move down to the grid and get ready for this race.
Okay, the run into turn 1 isn't too long, so the pack will be bunched up. Take care.
So there we are then, quick but careful off the start. But I think we're almost ready then on the grid of the Azerbaijan Grand Prix. It is 5 nights here in Baku, a Ferrari 1-2. Are we going to be able to hold on to it? It's lights out, and away we don't go there. A horrific start there from myself. I'll be completely honest with you guys. I was actually looking at the revs and the fuel there, so an absolutely horrible start for myself. That both Mercedes get right around the outside before we even made it in towards turn 1 there. So now we're dropped all the way down to P4 there. Not what we needed of the start of this race, but obviously plenty of opportunities to be going for overtaking manoeuvres around this circuit. Hamilton, though, is going to try and look back at the inside of Valtteri Bottas as we came through the next couple of corners on the opening lap of this race. And now we were trying to have a look any sort of move that we can make in through the next couple of corners of this lap. Unfortunately, no opportunity would arise there. But yeah, Verstappen all over the back of me there as well. We've got to watch out for him as well as Pierre Gasly in the opening lap of this Grand Prix there. Perez unfortunately dropped down to P7, so didn't quite get the start that he would have wanted in this race either there. But as we come into the end then of lap 1 of this race, you can see we're all over the back now of Valtteri Bottas once more. Hopefully we can get good drive out of the final corner and down. There's a long acceleration zone towards turn 1 here. We're going to move to the inside of Bottas. He's going to give me the squeeze almost into the wall there. That got very close between myself and the Mercedes man. But Hamilton is actually going to help me out with the slipstream here. We're going to be able to slingshot right around the outside of Bottas and then to the outside of Hamilton as well. In towards turn 1, late on the brakes, and yes, we do, right around the outside of Lewis Hamilton. That's us back up into P2 of the Azerbaijan Grand Prix. They're very happy with that one. But already by the end though of lap 2, Seb was doing what we've seen so many times from Seb so far this season. He was up into the lead and just trying to make a break for it here. By the end though of lap 2, you can see Seb's fast lap of the Grand Prix as well. But yellow flags have now been called out as well. The DRS has been enabled, and just look on the graphics, Seb is out of the Grand Prix. What has happened here for my teammate? It's a huge mechanical failure there. Heartbreak for Sebastian Vettel once more in this season there. Poor Seb. He either wins or he DNFs so far this year, and it looks like that pattern has continued as we move into Azerbaijan. There is second retirement in 4 races. Not exactly what he would have wanted in this 2019 season there as well. From, I think, both of them were at least fighting for the race victory. If not, it looks quite probable for him there. So heartbreak for my teammate Sebastian Vettel there, but an absolute rejoice for us as we now move ourselves up into the lead of the Grand Prix. By the end though of lap 4, we'll be diving in for our one and only pit stop of this Azerbaijan Grand Prix. Bottas would stay out a little bit longer there, and hopefully we can get off to a nice, clean pit stop. No, we can't. We get held up behind Verstappen. Perez and Gasly there in the pit lane. That's going to cost me a good couple of seconds, and that was not what I needed at this stage of the Grand Prix as we come through the first couple of corners here. We're going to come in the traffic as well. We're still up in the net lead of this Grand Prix. Hamilton actually is a little bit further down the order as well, so at least we know we are still safely ahead of him at this stage of the race here. But by the end though of lap 5, you know, we need to be back out comfortably ahead of Valtteri Bottas here in this Grand Prix. He's got Stroll actually starting to apply the pressure as well here, but as we come through the final corners of lap 5 here, all over the back now of Robert Kubica here as we try to make a good run down out of the final corner here, in towards turn 1 once more. How many of these slower cars are we going to be able to move past if we get a tremendous run out of the final corner there? Around the outside of Kubica here, we're going to duck, actually weave in between him and Lando Norris there, up into P8 now of this race. Unfortunately for me, everyone else dives into the pit lane now, so that's going to bring us back up into the net lead and into the race lead of this Azerbaijan Grand Prix here on lap 6, halfway through this race already, and we are now comfortably back up into the lead here in Baku. So this is exactly what we need at this stage of the race. Gasly there is actually able to jump Bottas as well on the pit stop window there, but as we break in towards the next corner there, we ran a little bit too deep, and we ran down the escape road there, and that has cost us a huge amount of time. Bottas and Gasly have gone through. The safety car has been deployed as well. The absolute carnage here in Azerbaijan so far. The safety car has now been deployed, and that is not what we needed at this stage of the race, because, well, on the one hand, you know, it'll bring us back up to Pierre Gasly and Bottas here, but on the other, it's going to mean that now we've seen it before, both in China and Australia, the AI just so OP of the safety car restarts here. So hopefully we can try and get any sort of move on Bottas and Gasly here. We'll have to wait and see. The safety car is coming in on the end of lap 8. So we've got 4 laps to go of this Grand Prix. We're now just going to try and carve our way back up through the order here. Are we going to be able to make any sort of moves? Let's find out in just one moment here as we try to guess when the safety car will be coming in. The tyres are up in a perfect operating window as well. We've really focused on getting some heat into them. We've got the ERS on 5, the rich revs as well, ready to go off this restart. Hopefully we can try and get a move on Gasly, and there we go. The safety car is now in. We cannot make the overtake until we get over the start-finish line here, so we're going to be all alongside Pierre Gasly here. We're basically going to make the move just as we get over the start-finish line there, break down the inside through someone, don't give him any sort of opportunity around the outside there, and that's us now back up into P2 of the Azerbaijan Grand Prix there. But already, Bottas starting to build up that gap here by the end of lap 9, and he was doing absolutely everything he needed to come through for the race victory here as we come out of the final corner. 3 laps to go now, the gap up to 1.5 seconds, so it's not even like we have the DRS even to try and bring us a little bit closer to the Mercedes man here. So Bottas doing absolutely everything he needs to, fastest lap of the Grand Prix as well there, and now we are pushing like absolute crazy to close back up to him. Almost hit the wall on the inside of turn 1 there. In towards turn 2 there, we were a little bit deep on the way in, lose the back end, dink the wall there, lose the back end once again. Now we've span into the middle of the road. Last Lance Stroll that's gone straight into the back of me there. It's been a pile-up here in Azerbaijan, and even more cars are coming into it there. This has been absolute carnage towards the end of the Baku Grand Prix here, and this is not what we needed in this race there. That has been an absolute pile-up in this race. It was just pinball between myself and the walls there. That sent us just completely into the middle of the road, pointed the wrong way. Nothing Lance Stroll could do about that one. You can see just down the order, Russell out, Verstappen out, Hulkenberg, Ricciardo, and Lance Stroll all out of this race there. You can see we are basically out of it as well. Their front wing damage is going to make it very difficult, especially with just 3 laps to go, to really do anything in the latter stages of this Grand Prix there. So heartbreak towards the end of the Azerbaijan Grand Prix. Absolute carnage and chaos once more here in Baku. We saw it in 2017, we saw it in 2018, and history has repeated itself once more here in 2019. Lando Norris actually tries to make a move around the outside through the castle section, but all we're trying to do now is nurse the car back to the pit lane there, run very deep out of that corner there, and now Norris is going to be able to get past me here, through in towards the next corner, in the wall as well. Just completely forgot about the lack of downforce, and that is as well and truly out
Confirm you're
of
okay,
the
please.
Azerbaijan Grand Prix. The heartbreak, a double DNF for Ferrari in this race after all the good fortune that we've had so far this season. It was only time that the other teams had a little bit of luck on their side there. But yeah, a huge apology to the rest of the field there. Just nothing we could do. Just lost the back end trying to push to close up to Valtteri Bottas there. And well, safe to say a lot of other people paid the price for my mistake. So really disappointed with that one. Our first retirement of the season, hopefully our last as well here in the Azerbaijan Grand Prix. Not a race to remember at the end of the day, but hopefully we can move on and get stronger after such a chaotic race at the end of the day there. But Bottas comes through for the race victory there ahead of Pierre Gasly and Sergio Perez. Robert Kubica gets 4th place for Williams, a fantastic job by him. Giovinazzi 5th, Hamilton 6th, Raikkonen 7th, Sainz, Norris and Danny Kvyat round out the top 10. But Kevin Magnussen just missing out ahead of Albon, Romain Grosjean, Charles Leclerc, myself being the first of the retirements. There's 7 retirements in that race. Both Ferraris, both Renaults, Lance Stroll, George Russell and also Max Verstappen there. So a very chaotic race at the end of the day there as well. Not the race that we would have wanted, as I said, and hopefully we can try and forget about that and move on, ready for the next one there. In terms of the constructors' standings, the drivers' standings though, Pierre Gasly jumps to the top there. Consistency has been key for the Red Bull man so far, and he now leads the way by just 2 points over myself. And Murray Walker in the background, look at that, he's certainly right with that one there. Gasly now 63 points to my 61. Seb still on 50, up in P3. They're quite impressive with 2 retirements. He's still up in P3 overall there with Bottas and Perez, Verstappen, Hamilton, Grosjean, Magnussen and Hulkenberg rounds out the top 10 overall. Danny Kvyat and Robert Kubica, even with that 4th place, Kubica only moves up to 12th overall with Giovinazzi, Raikkonen, Sainz, Ricciardo, Norris, Stroll, Albon and George Russell rounding out the order there at the end of that race. But there we are then, guys. That has been the end of the Azerbaijan Grand Prix. Absolutely chaotic overall, a race to certainly forget for Ferrari. If you're new around here though and you have gone on to enjoy this video, make sure you get yourself a subscriber into the final 100 of 10k, and obviously it'd be greatly appreciated if you'd help me get one step closer to that. But yeah, hopefully I will see you guys next time out for round 5 of the season in Spain for the Spanish Grand Prix.